The emperor was shocked to discover the woman he was about to marry was actually more masculine than a man. Frightened, he hurriedly sent someone to leak the news to his political rival, wanting to borrow a knife to kill and get rid of this trouble. However, the emperor did not know. Not only was the woman highly skilled in martial arts, she was also very beautiful. That extremely ugly portrait was deliberately commissioned by her because she had heard the emperor would not live past 30 and wanted to use this method to escape the marriage. But after returning home, she heard the emperor was determined to marry her, all because her father held military power. At this point, the girl directly slammed the table and said she wanted to rebel. But her father asked a fatal question: who would become emperor after the rebellion? The woman, of course, did not want to be a short-lived emperor. Just as father and daughter were at an impasse, the mother came up with a brilliant idea. First marry into the palace and conceive an imperial son, then depose the emperor and let the grandson take the throne. Father and daughter immediately agreed to the mother's scheme. On the other side, the emperor was constantly monitoring the woman's movements. Seeing the political rival was slow to take action, with the wedding date approaching, the anxious emperor had no choice but to personally lead men to ambush her halfway. Then the woman's entourage encountered the ambush. The woman instantly changed into her clothes and joined the battlefield. However, the emperor was no match for the woman at all, being beaten back by the woman again and again. He had no choice but to hurriedly flee the scene with his guards. Soon it was the wedding day. When the emperor thought of marrying a mannish woman, every pore on his body was filled with resistance. But when he thought of the woman's father holding military power, he could only very reluctantly take the woman's hand and continue the ceremony. At this time, the disgruntled emperor deliberately squeezed the woman's hand, but the woman was not one to be trifled with either. She immediately squeezed back with even greater force. The emperor's face contorted in pain as he hurriedly withdrew his hand. When he returned to the palace, he found his hand was bruised. The humiliated and angry emperor planned to deliberately neglect the woman on the wedding night, and then go find other consorts to attend to him. Little did he know the woman did not care at all. But when the emperor learned the woman was not angry, he became unhappy again. Then he rushed to the woman's room, afraid of being frightened by the ugly woman. He specifically had someone extinguish all the candles in advance. Then it was time to drink the nuptial wine. The emperor took the opportunity to drug the wine. The woman had long since learned the emperor was going to come, and also drugged the wine. Just like that, the two each had ulterior motives and neither took a sip. But until the wine cups were empty, both were completely sober. Then the emperor told the woman to rest early. The woman decisively responded that she would see him off. But the emperor became unhappy again. In the past, the consorts had all taken the initiative to ingratiate themselves, but the woman did not have the slightest intention of making him stay. The emperor instantly felt his dignity had been trampled, so he wanted to trip up the woman. Little did he know the woman also had the same intention, so both of them were in unbearable pain. Neither had gained any advantage.